Okay, this is one of the videos to help you create your helicopter in Sketchup. I'm just continuing on from the other video. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually move this so I can draw the body of my helicopter. So the easiest way is triple click, but triple clicking opens up the group. So what you need to do, select all of the objects, right click, and then you can make a group. Now, you can have components and groups within components and groups. I know it's a little bit confusing, but right now I have this as a group, and inside I have components, which is the supports that are linked to each other as components, and the skids that are linked to each other as components. The reason why I want to make this as a group is when I select it, it selects the whole thing. And I'm going to move this out of the way, okay, so I can draw the body. Now I'm going to draw my upside down helicopter, but right at the end I will also show you how to flip the helicopter over upside down if that's what you need to do. Now, what I'm going to draw now is I'm going to draw my tail, okay? So the length of my tail was 290 and the width of my tail was 40. And the material of the tail is 19 millimeters, so push and pull by 19. Again, what we need to understand is we need to group every single piece of timber, okay, or as components or groups. Today, I'm just going to make it as a group, okay? So there's no need to name a group because there's no duplicate of the tail. There's just one tail. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw my cockpit, and my cockpit was 60 length, 40 in width, and there was two of them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this up by 19, and then I'm going to select all of it, and I'm going to make group. To copy this, so you don't have to do it again, you are going to basically use the move tool, move it upwards, press Control for a PC, and Command for a Mac. Now, my distance here, okay, is approximately 40, my gap. So you would need to actually measure your own gap. Okay, you need to actually measure your own distance in your 3D model. I'm going to click on 40, and you can see there's a little cross hair right there to show me the mark. What I'm doing now is I am drawing the slanted part of my helicopter. So I'm just going to go 40 by 40. Push up. 19. Okay. Triple click. And make group. Move and copy. Same skills again and again. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create my platform. But once I have my cockpit and cabin, these are my cabin. You can't really unsee it now, but it will come to life any moment now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to draw a rectangle. And my rectangle is just going to cover my cockpit and cabin. And I am just going to push and pull this 19 because that's the thickness of all our timber. Triple click. Right click, make group. All right. So we're nearly there. Okay. Now we are going to curve this. However, for those who have an upside down helicopter, this is what you need to do. You need to flip this upside down or start drawing it from the platform and build it upwards like so. But I'm just going to flip this upside down, and then I'm going to flip it back upside down again to continue. So what you're going to do now is you're going to select all of it, and you're going to click on the move tool. Now, You can't flip this because this is multiple groups. So to flip this over, what you'll need to do is to use the rotate tool. The rotate tool is under the move tool. And what you're going to need to do now is to grab the center of all your objects, click once, move upwards on the blue axis, click twice, and flip it upside down. Once you've done so, I'd like to click on the move tool just to bring it down to the origin. Okay? And then you're going to apply the same skills. You're going to curve this and cut your cabin out. But I'm going to draw it upside down. So this video is not an entire copy and paste for your assessment. All I'm going to do is undo this now. Okay, and I'm going to continue on now drawing my cockpit and cabin. So first thing is I'm going to pretty much cut down my cabin. Now to cut down my cabin, I'm going to draw a line, go to the midpoint of the two groups and draw. Now you need to understand, I just drew a line on top of the group. If I double click this line is actually not inside this group. Which means if I use the push and pull tool, it will not select anything because it is not done. Okay? Now, if any of your groups, any of your timber is not grouped, make sure you group them. If you don't group them, you're going to have a lot of problems. Okay? All right, so let me quickly group this. Right click, make group. Now, how do I now remove my cabin? To remove my cabin, I need to actually select the object and I'm going to explode. Explode removes the group. Okay? Can you guys see that now this line has now joined with this piece of timber. So now I can push this back. All I got to do now, once I've removed it, I click on this, I triple click. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically, triple clicking, however, selects this line as well. That's going to be a problem. So the easiest way is look at the camera properly, select what you need to select, which is only this piece of timber, right click, make group. Now this is a group. So for example, if I move it out, okay, and that stays as a group. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on this one because I want to cut this triangle out. Click it, right click, explode, and the line has now joined with this piece of timber because it's no longer a group. I can select edges and surfaces. I'm going to use the push and pull tool to remove this and it looks perfect. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to triple click, or I can just highlight, okay, make it a group again. Keep everything in groups. Now, my platform is now too long. So the easiest way to fix this is double click. You're modifying the group now. I'm going to push and pull and push it in. Now, for those who are thinking, so what if I want to do this and then flip the helicopter around? Yes, you can do that. Okay? If you find it easier to follow my video to cut out the cabin this way, then flip it upside down, perfect. All right, now, this is where we're going to do the curve on our helicopter. I'm going to go to the 2-point arc tool. And I'm going to basically select to 2 points. and I want it tangent to edge. Now we're going to do the same thing now. We're going to do the same thing to each and every single one of them. You cannot remove it because this is in a group and this line is on top of the group. So what we need to do is right click, explode, push and pull and remove. Then we're going to select this and regroup it. If it did not select all the edges, you need to make sure you go back and you select all the edges. And then right click, make group. Now for this one, explode. Push this through. Select the piece of timber. Right click, make group. The last one, right click, explode, push and pull, remove. The last one we can triple click because it has no lines connected to it. Right click, make group. Now, some of you might be confused right now. My one is an upside down helicopter. Your one is going to be, if yours is a normal helicopter, you should have flipped this around and applied the same skills for your curve. Okay? This should conclude the body. Now, this is a good time now for students to modify their tail. How do you modify your tail? Well, it's the same skills. This is a grip. Double click. You cut out shapes. Use the 2-point arc tool. Use the circle tool, whatever you need, and then push and pull, and then click outside. Okay? This concludes the video for the body. Thank you for watching.